Hey guys, this is Lion Annette, founder and CEO of Ready, Reset, Grow, which is a personal growth and development company. Thank you so much for joining this particular video. Today we're going to talk about three major topics, scheduling and how that relates to making sure that it's effective and efficient for you as a business owner. We're going to tackle client relations, all things client related, which is conflict resolution as well. And then we're going to tackle the back office, and that's all things company related. Such as follow-ups and how you navigate your back office to make sure everything flows smoothly. We're going to dive into scheduling, and I believe scheduling kind of wraps into everything else, is because if you don't have a schedule, you have no idea how you're going to start your day. Scheduling is the key thing to keeping you, one, accountable, and two, on mark. It also allows you to see where you can possibly improve your schedule. So if you find that on Mondays and Tuesdays you're really busy and you're kind of down Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you want to space out your business or your engagement to make sure that you're staying consistent throughout the week. It'll help you budget. It'll help you manage your schedule so you're not working 16 hours 2 days. And then you're not doing anything productive the rest of the time, and you're kind of not, you're all over the place. So having a schedule not only allows you to see where you can improve at, but it keeps you on mark. It allows you to say, I cannot, sleep until 10 o'clock is because I have something to do at 9. And if you're dealing with customers, it's really important when we get to the back office of how you structure your particular morning to engage in, whether it be ordering or replying to emails or just seeing where your numbers are at. I know personally, I check my accounts maybe 4 or 5 times a day. It's not to make sure that I still have money in the account. It's making sure that I'm not missing anything. Every dollar, every cent needs to be accountable for. I did a purchase last week for HEB through my personal account. And so it's just a kind of a habit. I do it for my company and I do it for my personal account. And the bill, what I checked out, because I do screenshots my order to make sure not only am I getting the items that I ordered, that there are no substitutions, and that I'm being charged the exact amount that I actually paid on my card. And turns out when they finalized and it closed out my bill, I actually was charged $20 more. If you are not set on a schedule where you're checking your account, you're checking your order statuses, you're checking your back office, and again, we'll get into that when we get into the back office. If you don't have a set schedule, you're going to miss those things, and you're possibly going to be being overcharged in some areas. Refunds are not going to come out. So the schedule is more about keeping you in line and keeping you accountable, but making sure that your operation runs smoothly. So I do offer small business coaching where we can actually deep dive into your personal needs. The Reset is not a set it and forget it type program. It's designed specifically for the company's needs and where they need to grow, and long-term goals, or where you want to pivot to. And how I structure engaging with you to make sure that we not only capitalize on the time that we have, is because I have other clients, but making sure that you're doing the work to get your company to where you desire it to be. It's not to brand you into a mini me, to work how I work. I give you what works for your particular company, your particular style. The programs that work for me may not work for your company, but I do vet those companies and see what would work best for you based off of your need. So having a schedule is really, really important. And if you don't have a schedule, or you've been kind of winging it, you need to stop, because that is the first sign of failure, is when you winging it. You're going to wing it right yourself into a lawsuit. And that is the worst case scenario, but you want your business to grow in the right direction, and you want to make sure that you're on a set schedule and you're adjusting it as your business grows. So the second thing is making sure your back office is tidy and it's intact. And I call that all things company. That covers not only your budgeting, where you're at as far as sales is concerned, where you're at as far as paying off your debt if you have any. Where is that when it comes to building your business credit, making sure that's in alignment, making sure that you're on mark. Building a business credit portfolio is not something that's going to happen overnight. It is going to take diligence, it's going to take commitment, and it's going to take you monitoring it, right? A coach, a business coach is not going to monitor that for you. We're going to hold you accountable. And if you miss the mark, you put your company, further back than where it needs to be. But making sure that you have a set it and forget it method in place that works for your particular company to help you combat. The last thing that we're going to talk about is client relations, making sure that you're effectively and efficiently engaging with your customers. I've set several clients up on a set it and forget it method based off of what their particular company needs. Auto replies, making sure that you are structuring your schedule in the morning to handle orders that have been completed, orders that are pending, and vendor issues that may have come in where the vendor doesn't necessarily have that. Now, many of you know I do have a t-shirt company, and I have t-shirts, in my office. And I like to keep each particular style, a couple of shirts in each particular style on hand in case I run into an issue. I can actually jump in as a business owner and email that customer, let them know, hey, listen, the vendor is having a difficulty getting this particular style shirt in that you asked for, because everything is custom made and it's made to order. So it's not already pre-printed. I've done that before where the customer has said, hey, I'm okay with it. If I get a little bit of pushback in the email and I pretty much know how to read an email to see how the customer's feeling, I'll let the customer know. They said, hey, I have this particular shirt in stock. I'm going to go ahead and send this to you. I know that you paid for regular shipping. I'm going to expedite it because you've been waiting so long, and I do apologize for the vendor mishap. And I know that we ran into a lot of that when COVID was happening. A lot of things were kind of coming to a shutdown, and we still had orders in the process of being completed, and we needed to get those things out before we went to a complete shutdown. And most clients, when you have that type of back office set in place of set it and forget it communication, they're open. Communication is the biggest thing. And it's a downfall of a lot of small businesses where people, love your product, love your food, love the services that you provide, but your customer service is trash. And that goes according to, back to your schedule, because 9 times out of 10, if you're being pulled in multiple directions and you have no set structure and no set whatever, and you're dealing with trying to implement, cousins and uncles and aunties and sisters and, friends to navigate vital parts of your company, and you're not hands-on with your company, meaning, okay, if you give in a project to someone, the default is this is your company. So yes, your cousin, or yes, your girlfriend, or yes, a virtual assistant is responsible for getting that out, but ultimately it falls back on you. And you have to have some type of ownership to say, I'm ready to take the reins if you can't get it done, or even just inquire, say, hey, listen, I've seen this sitting in a bucket for 3 or 4 days. What's going on with it? Being hands-on with your company. You cannot do everything. So yes, you're going to have to outsource. Yes, you're going to have to set things that are going to be implemented in place to help you run your business smoothly, with less stress. And I believe that if you hit it coming out of the gate, you don't have to fail where you've prepared at. And that's just my take. If you want to deep dive into what's beneficial for your particular company, we can see what works, what doesn't work for you, and then structure a plan designed specifically for your particular company to get you back in the game, get your ratings up, get your business scores up, get your schedule efficient, and get your back office tidy so you are doing everything, all things company, smoothly, effectively, and efficiently. Which brings me to my last thing, which a lot of businesses fail behind. And some people just roll with the punches. They don't expect those things, like McDonald's. I don't know how many times I went through the drive-through and their ice machine is not working, or their shake machine is not working, or something is down. But guess what? They've been in business for years. And so they know that they have something that, that people love, that that it doesn't matter what kind of customer service you get, they're going to be still in business, is because it's cheap. It's not healthy, but it's effective, it's fast, and it gets the job done. So you really don't expect too much from McDonald's. Now, when you go to a company like Chick-fil-A, their customer service is top notch, is because they train their employees, not only from the higher levels up. They know customer relations is everything. So if you partner up customer relations with a great back office, with a great schedule of how they actually run their drive-through, they may hit the mark 90% of the time. And, nobody's going to hit it 100% of the time, because you may have an order that's messed up, or something that's, happens during the drive-through line that gets your order mixed up with someone else's order. And it's normally not per se the Chick-fil-A staff. It's normally the person that's in the car that kind of goes ahead of you. And guess what? When they get there, it's not their order because it wasn't their turn, right? So getting a basic understanding of customer relations, and basically what that is knowing how to engage with your customers and your clients effectively and efficiently. And that covers everything from conflict resolution to employee building, and making sure that you're engaging in a non-verbal or verbal and a non-verbal way, knowing that you can do both, right? Customer relations is verbal and it's non-verbal, and non-verbal is the email aspect of it, is because it's an email. It's just words on a paper, letting you know what's transpiring and keeping you posted on your order status, your product status, your appointment status. I get them all the time from my doctors, correspondence saying, hey, we need you to click the link to confirm your appointments. And if you're not going to keep your appointment, please make sure that you reach out to us. So basically what they're doing is they're effectively communicating with me and say, hey, listen, you scheduled for an appointment. We need to know whether or not you're going to keep it. Now the ball is in my court to make sure that I confirm that appointment or I cancel that appointment. But it's letting me know that they have not forgotten about me. So when I show up at the office, they know that I'm coming, right? I expect a service. My doctor is always big on sending out surveys to see how he's doing, where he can improve, what I like about the front office, what I don't like about the front office, what I want to see changed in the front office. And it gives me a sense of comfort to know that he's growing and that he desires to grow. And that's no different than small businesses. I own a small business, and spending 19 years in OBGYN, working my way up all the way to practice manager, I was able to see not only how the front office works, but the back office, the clinical aspect of it, the billing aspect of it, the appointment scheduling aspect of it, the surgical scheduling aspect of it, all the way up to practice manager to oversee other employees and how the practice is ran and managed, contracts, negotiation, all that other good stuff. It gave me an appreciation for engaging and knowing what was embedded in me from day one is treating people how you want to be treated. And just a personal testimony for me, I was dealing with another small business owner. It just really went left just because she was not receptive to my complaint in regards to, I paid for a product. It's now almost 4 months and I still have not received a product. No real communication. It's pretty much, hey, we'll just handle it in disputes. And it hit me. It's just like, unfortunately, that's just not how, you're supposed to run a company. But, she's not my client. I am a customer of hers. And I did what I do best, is I stretch people to grow. And, she got the rating that she got from me. And my only reply was, do better. Like, you can't be wrong and strong at the same time. You have to improve and you have to be able to, and I don't do that passive aggressive response, right? And it's very passive aggressive. I've done everything that I possibly can do to try to help you. Now you're on your own, but blessings, and I wish you the best. That passive aggressiveness. It doesn't breed for effective communication, and it makes the customer feel like you are dismissing your responsibility, dismissing how they're feeling. And so, unfortunately, you just have to take it to the next level. You file a complaint with the Better Business Bureau. But if you can, as a business owner, get to the point where you're working your schedule and it's effective, you're working your back office and it's working efficiently, and you're doing the set it and forget it methods, but you're following up, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. When you get to the customer relations side of the training and conflict resolution, it'll start to make a lot of sense. It's because if your mind is not where it needs to be, you're going to lash out emotionally to a customer, and one customer review can stop you from getting business. Is because if they had that feeling, I really don't want to take the chance in doing business with you. So I said that I was going to stop about 15 minutes. We're about 1 minute over. If you are interested in small business coaching, you can reach out to me at lyannanet.com or 832-994-4365, and we can talk about setting up your particular company on the financial reset or the reset program, making sure that you guys are growing in the right way. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure that you subscribe and let me know how I'm doing on my videos.